Good evening, and welcome to Wednesday Night Worship. I believe with all of my heart that God has called you and me to go out into this world and share His love and His truth with His people. One of the best ways to get to know and grow closer to God is to open up our Bibles. I believe this with all of my heart. Last week at Vacation Bible School, our pastors did an amazing job bringing the Bible stories to the kids' hearts. And after the pastors shared, one of my boys said, "Dad, why can't the lessons be shared like this all the time?" You see, these lessons came to life. They spoke into their hearts. And this is my prayer not only for our children, but also for you. So for the next few weeks, sit back and enjoy as our pastors share their creativity and their hearts as they share Jesus with not only our children, but also you.
In Luke chapter 5, Jesus got into a boat. With a man named Simon, who was called Peter. Jesus said to Peter, "Go out into the deep water. Let down your nets, and you will catch some fish." Peter wasn't so sure. He said, "I've been fishing out there all night, and I have caught nothing. But Jesus, if you say so, I'll do it." So he did. Peter rowed his boat with oars all the way back out into the middle of the lake. He threw out his nets into the water. And as he began to pull them back in, the nets were full of fish. Not just like a few fish. Not like just 1, 2, or 3. Not just enough to cover your face with. There were so many fish that the nets were about to break. Peter had to think fast. So he called out to his friends, "Hey, James! Hey, John!" who were in the other boat. Together, the three of them pulled in enough fish for both boats. In fact, the boats were so full, they began to sink. All these fish with oh man, pull it in, oh, look at that, look what I caught. A whole net of fish. Well, of goldfish anyway. And so Peter, James, and John, it was a miracle. All these fish, enough to fill 2 boats that they began to sink, that they knew that Jesus was no ordinary man. And they fell down at Jesus' knees. And they said, "Lord, we are not even worthy to be around you." Jesus said to Peter, "Come on, Peter, follow me, and I will make you a fisher of people." So right there and then, Peter, James, and John left their boats. They jumped out of their boats. Oh! All right. And they left their nets, and they left their lives they had always known, and they followed Jesus wherever he went. They were the first disciples Jesus would ever have, but they would not be the last. For you see, later on, Jesus had dinner with a tax collector named Matthew. Now, tax collectors back in that day they weren't really seen as very good people. They were kind of, I know. Nobody really liked them. A lot of them, the tax collectors, they would steal people's money. And so when the Pharisees saw that Jesus was hanging out with them, the Pharisees are religious leaders, that they're churchy leaders, that when these Pharisees saw that Jesus was hanging out with them, they were like, "Why are you eating and drinking with those people? Why are you hanging around with those people?" But you see, Jesus didn't care. He wanted to hang out with those people. And he wasn't looking for the most popular, the best groomed, the best dressed, the best occupation. No, Jesus wanted to hang out with them. And he said to Matthew, Matthew, follow me. And just like Peter, James, and John, Matthew left everything he had, everything behind, and he began to follow Jesus. And so we too, Jesus says and calls to us, will you come and will you follow me?